All right, I'm hanging out with my pal Tommy Rant right here. What's up? Now, I heard a little rumor from Strictly Business, Brandon Beretta, that you snore.
What?
That's what he told me.
First off, if that bus is paying attention to me while I'm sleeping, that ain't strictly business. That's strictly weird.
That's kind of weird, right?
I ain't about that. Where'd you hear that from? Him? Her?
From him.
Her. Yeah. Listen, Buster. Listen, Chooch. You got my number. You know the time. Slime time.
Careful, Brandon Beretta is really good at suplexing big fat asses, so he might get you back, but you've been losing weight, so.
You look great.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, thank you, Tommy Red and Slimeball Sage over there.
We gotta fix that up. I like this. Take
Gucci.
Take off your glasses.
I can't see. I
don't care if you can see. You're gonna see now. Take them off.
All right, hold on.
Let me hold this mic. I'll hold your mic. Yeah. Put those away. Put that off. Look at that. Look how great he looks. Look at that. All in one dank.
I think they're a little small.
They're a little small. How big is your head? Jesus.
I'm big all. Never mind. Michael Fain, everybody.
Papa dank. All in one dank. All in one.
We'll talk after, too.
We definitely will talk after.
Make sure you follow Michael Fain.
Trained me, shown me guidance are on these walls, and it feels bizarre and surreal to be joining them.
He's a good guy. He's an outright kind of guy. But listen, we got Slimeball City tickets.
I'm Cora, and I am your winner of this. I like it, Dark Papa Dink. You don't? Are you scared of the Dark Papa Dink?
It's great. It's great. I can't wait.
Honestly, the first and realistically the only.
I'm doing great. How are you?
We just did steal it last time, but it's in safe hands. My son is watching it.
Are you positive?
Yeah, my son is watching.
Look at me! I'm a physical specimen.
Very spicy.
You got the dirt.
I wish.
I literally love conventions. Like, I'm gonna try to get through her. That's my motivation today.
I wish I could.
Coming soon. You can check her out on Monster Slam. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and unfortunately, PJ will not be able to make it tonight. He is knee-deep in training for his big match against Baba Thunder this Saturday at Titan Championship Wrestling presents Monsoon, the 5-year anniversary. Make sure you get your tickets, co-sponsored by ESS Promotions. So I got a very special guest coming on. You could say he's kind of like a co-host for me. Bring to you the one, the only Blockz.
Hey, my God.
What's up, bro?
How's everything going on?
Oh man, everything's going on great with me in the Dankverse over here.
Nice,
But
nice.
in the Sinverse, it's kind of gone downhill, huh?
Yeah, things transpired over the past few months that some people would say I should not be happy about, but little do they know I'm actually very thrilled about. So, breaking news, Blockz has been thrilled for the past few months.
Wow. So it is Frankie Picard versus Ben Castle versus Blockz. Now, the Deadly Sins have been dominating TCW for as long as I've been there. And now everything has changed in this landscape. What are your thoughts on the collapse of the Deadly Sins and the new beginnings for all the members after this Saturday?
You see, I can say this came out of nowhere. I can say that, you're right. We did dominate Titan all of last year. I mean, the vote just came out of the new vote, but we were the reigning tag team of the year, the longest reigning tag team champions of the year. So, we did quite a bit. We put a lot of ruckus on Titan Championship Wrestling, from the tag team division all the way through the singles division. But to say that I'm surprised that this happened, it would be a lie. I mean, if you want to know the scoop, because I mean this is beyond the barricade, and you are a Papa Dank, and you my guy, so I always give you the scoop. I mean, a lot of people have been saying, "Where's Blockz?" We haven't heard from Blockz. Blockz has been MIA. You know, Blockz has always got something to say, but he hasn't said nothing in a while. That's for a reason. I mean, I've been getting hit up from other podcasters about doing interviews to try to get the scoop on what's going on. But when you called, you know you're the one that got to get that scoop because you Papa Dick, the number one podcast out here for pro wrestling. You got
All
that.
in one Dank, as Michael Fain calls me.
Nah, you gonna leave Michael Fain. He's doing his thing right now. Let's just keep third co-host. That's third co-host.
Here he goes.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
I remember the name of the podcast. Oh man, that's right.
You know, back to the Sins. So, you know, this started 2 years ago. You know, I came into Titan 2 years ago. You know, the first person I stepped up against was Ben Cassu. I don't know if it was more so he wanted to try to make an example out of the new guy. I don't know if it was, you know, he was trying to prove something because Ben Cassu has been a part of Titan for a few now. And you know, I came in and I disrupted that the flow of Ben Cassu. You know, we had our matches. Then, you know, him and Frankie Picard joined up. Then they tried to take me out 2-on-1. Then I had backup come in to try to take them out. And then the plan kicked in. I knew everybody I brought in wasn't tough enough to take out the Deadly Sins, but I knew in my heart I'd be able to one day. So if you can't beat them, like people said back then, join them. So I joined the Deadly Sins and we took over. First step, take Ben Castle out. Happened within 3 months. We went. He had to go up against PJ Savage. He won a vote to go up against PJ Savage, and he learned that day that he can't hang with the big boys. So he packed his bags, took his ball, and went on to the loony bin for 1.5 years. Now, me and Frank Picard at that time took over Titan, but I knew Frankie's pride would always get in his way some way, somehow. That's unfolded within the last 3 months. Frankie's shown he can't be trusted. Frankie's shown he wants to be the leader of everything. Frankie showed that he don't care what anybody got to say but himself. So handle your business by yourself, which was the motto that I came into. He winded up losing our tag team titles, which showed again who was the strongest member out of the Deadly Sins, because while I was around, them titles was nice and perfect. We was undefeated. Frankie lost them, came back. We had a chance to reclaim them, just about to reclaim them. And lo and behold, Frankie, I guess, got fed up of me not being around. He took me out that night. And what he doesn't understand was you may have taken me out that night. You didn't take me out for good. And I got what I wanted, because after 2 years, the Deadly Sins are dead. Deadly Sins is no more.
They are no more.
You know.
And this Saturday at Monsoon, it's you up against your former brothers, Ben Castle and Frankie Picard. And that'll close this chapter of Blockz' life at Titan. So and what's next?
Before what's next, don't get me wrong. The Deadly Sins was one of the hottest, most dominant factions out there. And it pained me. It pained me to see it end that way, because I know what we could have became. I knew that if Frankie just didn't let that pride go, if Ben could have kept his emotions in check and followed the plan that I was trying to lay out forth, the Deadly Sins right now, Frankie Picard would be world champion. Ben Castle would be holding a championship. I'd be holding my own championship, or we still be tag team champions. But they went their route. Deadly Sins have no titles. Deadly Sins are no more. So in the future, what you can see out of Blockz is once I get rid of this chapter on Saturday and I'm done with the Deadly Sins finally after 2 years, Blockz is coming for those big titles out there. So whether your name is Anthony Gangone, whether your name is PJ Savage, whether you're holding any title in Titan Championship Wrestling, take notice, because I'm on the lookout. And after Saturday at Monsoon, I'm coming after you guys.
Wow, a lot of stuff happening this year at Titan, including a trip to North Carolina, back to North Carolina, actually. Now, let everybody know how it was when you were there last time for the Andre Memorial.
Well, that was a blast. I mean, that was actually the takeoff for the most part of the Deadly Sins that weekend of North Carolina for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal show that we had out there in Ellerbe, North Carolina, and it was amazing. That actually is what put me myself on the map in Titan. We went out to North Carolina and we stole the show. I mean, there was so many great competitors that was on the card that night. So we knew we had to step it up, and we went out there in front of North Carolina faithful Titan fans, and we did our thing. You had jumping off of the ring truck, doing a crossbody to Bojack and Diego Hill, which I'm sure you know who they are, two top indie guys right now. And we came home with the W from North Carolina.
All right. Now, any chance that you will be returning in February?
Well, it hasn't been announced that I'm heading down to North Carolina, which in my mind still kind of confuses me with the performance that was laid out last year, but it's all right. I know this is something that you got to earn. So I'm willing to show them January, this Saturday at Monsoon, that I'm worthy enough to be back on that card to go up against whoever they put me against. And if that doesn't work out, then we got the Shriner show in February. That's right before the North Carolina trip, which I showed them then that you better send Blockz on that trip, because if you don't, Blockz still may show up, and that might not be a good thing for Titan if you don't bring me along the trip and I have to still show up. And you never know what might happen.
Wow. All right. Now, after this Saturday, besides PJ and all that, what is the direction you want to head in outside of Titan? Now that you and the Deadly Sins have gone your separate ways.
Well, I think the sky's the limit. Over the past 2 years, I've learned so much in this business. I've been up against some very great competitors over the past 2 years, veterans, guys who's taught me so many things in that ring. Other guys that I've just watched from afar to learn what mannerisms and other stuff that they go through training wise and workout wise and everything, to make sure that I can keep myself in the best top shape, so that way when the chance does come to go up against guys like Anthony Gangone and PJ Savage, that it's not going to be a Ben Castle type of ordeal where I get frustrated at the end and then I wind up going away for 2 years. So it's just maintaining focus and knowing that one day soon Blockz is going to be holding a singles title back on this show.
Awesome. Now, I don't want you to go away at all. Just
No,
personally speaking.
Titan, I ain't going from Titan.
You miss a month here and there, okay, but
Yeah, things do happen.
Things happen.
I was in an accident, for one show, so I couldn't make it out, and then,
yeah, 100%.
Another reason, I had a family emergency, but I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. Billy Fesky's gonna have to kill me to get me out of Titan, and I think he knows that. He sees what I bring to the table. He sees the dedication that I have for this company. And even when I was a part of the Deadly Sins, Billy, I feel, I may be wrong, but I felt like Billy knows that, there's something here with me that he wants to explore, because he might not a lot of people get me. Not a lot of people might understand what I represent when I'm in that ring, but I think Billy does. And down the line, I think, when I earn that spot, I think I'll be given, a chance to show my true potential in that ring. And I look forward to it because, there's so many great competitors in Titan. I mean, I can go on a rant we could be here for hours on the competitors who I can go up against.
Right.
And it's time to show, Michael Fane has shown last year why he is at that top of the food chain in the singles division where he's at. And I applaud him for that, because I had to take a step back and handle the Deadly Sins to make sure, that was handled. And 2025, it's going to be the year of Blockz.
No doubt that 2025 will be the year of Blockz, not only at Titan, but outside of Titan as well. What are some promotions you would like to, step in and show them what you got, brother?
Well, I would love to go down to NYWC. Things have just happened, lately to where I can't make it to when the shows are. So
Okay.
unfortunately, I haven't been able to make it out to them, and let them know how much interest I have in that company. I see what they're doing.
Great
I want
promotion.
to be a part of it one day. The direction they're going is phenomenal. VPW is another one. You got ACW that was just up here in Poughkeepsie, New York. They put on a banger over at the Poughkeepsie, the Mid Hudson Civic Center, what it used to be called. You got the top promotions out there. You got Hog, you got AEW, WWE. Those are always dreams. But as far as like indies wise, any and everywhere. I mean, I honestly love this so much that I just want to get in as many reps as I can. I want to face as many people as I can. I want to show every promoter, every promotion that you give me the chance, you give me the green light to go out and show you what I can do. I'm going to show you exactly why I bring asses to those seats and why I can be the future of a company. So I look forward to that,
Awesome. What are your thoughts on the WWID program?
That's phenomenal. I mean, there's guys already and girls already that's made the first class that is phenomenal. I mean, every single person that's made that first round class of the WWID program is absolutely well deserving of that. They've been doing this for years and they've put their all into it, and now it's paying off. They're not signed to WWE, but it's one step closer to getting through that door of WWE. So I think it's phenomenal because now it puts a spotlight on all the independent wrestlers out there rather than WWE only looking at mainstream independent guys that come from AEW or come from overseas, Germany, or
Right.
a foreign country, to where guys in Jersey, guys in North Carolina, guys all around the country are getting looked at now. I mean, you got Marcus Mathers, WWE ID program. That is, if there's a person deserving of that, I mean, he is absolutely. That man puts everything on the line every time he steps in that ring. So, there's a few guys who I can say, WWID did drop the ball on that they could have added to that class, but they got another class of guys that's, I'm sure, and girls is going to come out soon. But it just puts the spotlight on the indies guys, to step up for that competition, for every show to be that much better, because you never know who could be sitting in that crowd. You don't know if they got a scout from WWE ID program sitting there to see maybe who could be a part of the next class. And, hopefully one day I could be coming on the Papa Dank shirt with the WWE
ID program.
And it'll be amazing. But until that happens, I'm just going to work my ass off and hopefully get that opportunity one day.
I would love to see that happen.
Absolutely.
100%.
That would be mind blowing at this
Now,
point.
now, for me personally, as far as the people involved in the program, I've seen, probably spent a lot of time with, and who's in the program is Bryce Donovan.
Yes.
I've seen him when he was like first coming into this to where he is now. I'm like, wow, look at, like, a lot of hard work, but you put it in and you do it, and you get into a program such as WWID, and who knows, sky's the limit for people like Bryce Donovan and all the other members of the team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we're in a day and age now where so many people want things to happen so quickly. They think they're going to have 3 matches and they're going to get signed by WWE. And you look at and you look at guys like Marcus Mathers, who's literally probably top 5 indie guys on the scene right now. And he's been doing this for so many years, and now he's finally getting his just due. He's so grateful for it, and it's because he's showing with his hard work, his determination. He knows this is not going to come easy. This business, like, it's a sacrifice. You got to sacrifice time from your family. You got to sacrifice financially. You got to sacrifice mentally. You got to sacrifice physically. You got to sacrifice damn near your whole body and soul to make it in this business. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not going to get the shot of making it on a WWE ID program. You may get a spotlight on an AEW dark match where you get jobbed out within 3 seconds. But that's not what we're in this business for. Any publicity is great publicity, yeah, but you want to make a mark in this business? Follow guys like Marcus Mathers. Follow guys like Anthony Gangone. Follow guys like Wrecking Ball. Follow guys who put their all into this business and want to make it. You know what I mean? And I try to follow guys' footsteps like that. Like, I'm not gonna just follow anybody. And there's so many great wrestlers out there, but I want to follow guys that have a mission to make it, and I see their dedication. And if they can do it, and if they're willing to put their bodies, their livelihoods on the line to make it, why can't I? And just waiting for that opportunity to happen, and I know it's going to. So I'm patiently waiting, and it's
Okay.
it's gonna be a fun ride, man. It's gonna be a fun.
It's gonna be a ride, 100%. Now let's talk about some of the guys that you would like to have a match with this year in 2025.
Well, I kind of named a couple already. Marcus Mathers would be I think me and him would have a banger of a match. It's two different styles, but I think if we can culminate that in meet in a ring, I think we can make a beautiful story out of that. I respect that guy so much. Wrecking Ball, he's a freaking giant. I love going after giants. It's just something about David versus Goliath where, whether I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm never going to give up unless you take that breath out of me to where I can't kick out. So I think me and, Wrecking Ball could put on a banger. Anthony Gangone, I think me and him were scheduled to face each other already. Unfortunately, we didn't because I couldn't make that show. Family emergency. Billy Dunn. The Brooklyn Outlaw, Donovan. He was another one that I was supposed to compete. That'd probably be the top of the list because not a lot of people know Donovan and Homicide are two big keys as to why I'm in this business. If you look at my gear, it kind of resembles both of theirs a little bit. I try to pay homage as much as I can because I respect those guys so much. So it kind of killed me that I didn't get to face Donovan when I got into the accident last month, I believe. No, the month before. No, last month. So, that kind of killed me, but I feel like 2025 is going to be the year we finally get to step in the ring together. PJ Savage, of course. He went after every member of the Deadly Sin except me. I mean, not to say he didn't know what was going on already, but, keep that aside. But PJ would be another one that I would love to step in the ring with because he brings so much intensity to the ring, and our styles are similar but different. And I think that would just be one of those classic matches to where you'd want to go on to any streaming platform and rewatch it anytime you can. So there's an unlimited amount of guys. Again, with that, I can go on and on. There's guys in North Carolina that I could step in the ring with. I could go against Diego Hilligan. He's killing it on the scene right now. You got Johan Naro, who's killing it on the scene right now. That's my guy right there. I love that guy. I started. Me and him was in a faction together, the Taino Warriors, and every member that was in that crew, I've talked about it before, has went on to do big things. My brother Osito, he's another guy who I teamed with, but I would love to step in a square circle if he's luchador style, and it would be like an Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio type matchup, which would be amazing because that guy can go. Michael Fane is top guy right now, one of the tops. And I would love to step in the ring with him. We could turn this shit.
Keep going on and on, right?
Yeah, I could keep going on and on. We'd be here for hours because there's so many great guys in this business. Some guys that, you may have not known that, come out of my training school who I know that's out there. Ricky Price. I'm pretty sure you know who that is. If you don't, he's one of the hottest young up-and-comers right now. You got beautiful Buddy Thomas out there who's freaking walking around with a life-size umbrella as his manager. That's fucking phenomenal. Like, that's absolutely great.
Nice.
Who that kid, I mentioned him because you're going to hear big things about this kid. He's 21, just turned 21 years old, got over 400 matches to his name. He's been given so much praise by Tommy Dreamer, Nunzio, Enzo Amore. This kid, 20 years old, killing it out here right now. So he's another one who we've had matches. He's come out on the lucky end of it, but I would love to step back in the ring with him. We could just keep going on and on.
Awesome.
That's not even talking about guys on higher levels. That's not talking about guys and HOG guys, because I think the all in all top of that list would probably be right now, just for heritage wise, probably Santana. That would be an honor, absolute honor. Santana versus Blockz, I think, am I ready for that? I'm always ready for a challenge. But Santana's just Santana, so it would just be,
Santana, right?
you know what I mean? That's a dream match that I would love one day to have, because he's when it comes to Puerto Rican wrestlers, he's top notch, one of the best. Not even Puerto Rican only, but for our culture, he's one of the top guys.
Top dog, 100%. Now Serena says, "Don't forget, Blockz. You owe her a trip to Arkansas."
No. She owes me a trip. I'm supposed to jump in the trunk.
Kind of hard when Serena don't drive. Serena doesn't drive, so. All right, what states would you want to work in this year?
Say that again?
What states would you like to work in this year that you would like to cross off your list?
I would love to go over to California. I know they're dealing with a lot right now with all these wildfires, so, my heart and my prayers are with everybody that's out there right now. But I would love to go out to Cali. I've been in touch with a couple of promoters out there who there's interest on both sides. We just got to hash out, figures wise.
Right.
Love to go back to, even though I've been there already, but North Carolina would be another one to go back to. Georgia would be great to knock off the bucket list. Arkansas would be amazing.
Georgia, I haven't heard anybody say Georgia. That's a good one.
Man, Georgia. How can you got? That's like where the territories started down there. Like, you got Georgia, you got Florida. There's a couple promotions in Florida I've been in contact with. You got
that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Like I'm trying for this year, to branch out nationwide, and hopefully until with that, it could go global as far as other countries. But patience is the key. Right now my focus lies at Titan. There's a lot still left that I have to give that Titan. So even though there's talks with going to other places to showcase what I can, and I would always represent, because Titan to me is home. Gave me my first real shot to be me. So that's my focus, and that's where my heart is at right now. But all these other promotions out there, get ready, because your roster is going to turn upside down once Blockz come through those doors.
Nice. I love it. Serena says that here, Arkansas. I'm gonna know it all things Arkansas.
Oh, of course.
She
Oh,
is.
we taking that road trip. We out. We going.
She really is.
Yeah, I know. I'm not lying when I say I'll be a part of that. I'm just gonna.
I'd like to do from Arkansas. I believe it's Arkansas, Serena. EPW.
Another great place that I've wrestled, state that I've wrestled in was Virginia. My God,
Virginia. I heard about Virginia.
Space is absolutely phenomenal. I did a taco festival it's a big taco festival that goes around, I think, 6 states in 2 weeks, a couple days at a time. I believe they're each state. I want to say each state they're in for 3 to 4 days, each state.
I heard someone do a taco festival last year.
They Monster Factory actually did one up in Philly for the and it was done, I want to say, at the Philly Stadium. Maybe it was done in one of the stadiums in Philly. And I know Monster Factory hosted that one. And that's the part of the same taco festival, the same organization that I wrestled for in Virginia. And man, it was just phenomenal. The atmosphere of the fans, we had, I want to say, about 4,500 to 5,000 fans that showed up that day. And
wow,
I happened to find out firsthand what promoters deal with, because the promoter that was there with us for that day, he couldn't come to the show because he had to be at another taco festival in Maryland. So he actually, let me hold the reins down for that day. And, I seen the aspect on that side of what these guys go through. And, I ever since then, I had a different level of respect for promoters. And, I understand what they go through, and I understand, how important it is for a show to succeed. And we went out there and we killed it. It was a 2-day show that we did. Both days, about 4,500 to 5,000 fans, both days. The wrestling part of it was supposed to be more of a just an event that was at the taco festival, while other vendors they had out there, which was the main shows. But we took over that day, and by the time we got to start of that show, every vendor had nobody left at their stands because they were all in there watching the show. So that was phenomenal. I mean, we met other wrestlers from Virginia came out, and they were like, oh my God, you guys put on a hell of a show. Like we didn't even know you guys were coming out here. Like, this is amazing. And it was great to just meet so many people, fans, wrestlers, and for them to tell us how great of a show we did, and just doing what we do, loving being in that ring and traveling. I mean, it's rewarding. It's a hard life, but it's rewarding in times like that.
Right. Who's your opponent there?
I faced so it was a 2-day show. Each show had 5 matches, and I wrestled 8 times in those 2 days. So yeah, it was a wild weekend.
I bet, yeah.
Just because we had our full roster, but we got split up between 3 festivals, so we had to make what we got. Sometimes in this business, when it's car subject to change, you just got to go out there and you got to put on the best show for these fans. And I wrestled 8 times in 2 days, 4 matches each day, which was wild. I think we had 6 matches, not 5. I wrestled Love Jones. I wrestled Captain Emmett Payne. I wrestled Prince Akhenaten. These are guys that come from my school that's also been around the circuit. I wrestled up and comers who made their debuts that weekend. Phil Fusion. There's a kid right now who his name is JD Inc. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's out. He's making a pretty decent name for himself. He's been in the business, I want to say maybe 8 to 9 months. Already made a guest spot, not a guest spot, but made an appearance on AEW against Hook. He's been to the night. He's been a part of the Nightmare Factory class. He's just teamed up with QT Marshall last weekend. That's another kid that has a great, potential in this business. He's young. He's got the look. He's got the body for it. He's got the mindset. So, there's a lot of young up-and-coming guys coming out of ECPW that's hungry and ready to put a name out there.
Awesome. A lot of good stuff going on, man.
Yeah, man, I'm trying. This is like you out here working. So, if we take one day off, we could get lost in the shuffle.
I know it's tough. The holiday season killed me because I had to take several days off due to work. But
I understand. I actually the only booking I took for during the holidays was with Titan because I wanted to give my body a rest for because the whole year I went shows upon shows upon shows, just wasn't resting, and I started feeling it to the end of the year. So I wanted to make sure that what I have going on at Titan, we get that done with. Unfortunately, things transpired with some of the shows, but I wanted to make sure that this upcoming year I was at 100%. Everything was top notch going forward for this year, so that way you get the best version of Blockz. I don't got the deadly sins to worry about no more. It's all about Blockz going forward, and the mark that I leave for my legacy in this business, and to show the fans that come out to professional wrestling on an independent circuit. This is going to be some of the best guys you see. You can watch it on TV all you want with WWE, AEW, but you come to one of these live Titan shows, you come to an NYWC show, you go to BPW, you getting put top-notch young guys that you're going to see one day on these channels, and you get to say that you've seen them beforehand. You get to see their progression and their journey, and it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I said it before to you. I see, massive things coming your way. You're going to be that next podcast guy that's just,
I'm trying.
It's going to happen, man. That work ethic is crazy that you got. You're everywhere.
It's not easy. It's not easy life.
No, it's not. It's a lot of hard work and sacrifice. But that's the biggest part of it is the sacrifices that you have to make. I have two kids, and I'm married.
Yeah, me too.
So,
well, 2 kids.
It's like, sometimes they got to understand that, daddy's got to go and handle some business, but it's to better our futures. And, sometimes it's a little tough, on everybody, and more so on them because, it's a lot of times sometimes that I'm away. So, they understand, they back it, and they just want me to live my dream. And I thank them from the bottom of my heart for that. That's what gives me the motivation in this business. I think that's what gives a lot of guys motivation in this business when they have, you know, that safe space that they know that no matter what happens, they got that core safe space of people that's just gonna pick them up if they're too down. And you know, that's a big help in this business because there's a lot of times you can feel alone in this business.
There is 100%. I think we have some questions over here. Hold on.
Oh,
Thank you for those kind words. Yes, 100%. She does keep me busy.
oh yeah, Serena, she's great, man. She's absolutely phenomenal. I mean,
She is pretty
she,
awesome.
yeah, she messaged me. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "You let me know what's up." And she told me, she said, "Hey, we thought of you," and I said, "Send me that link."
Let's go.
Y'all always held me down. Y'all always gave me this platform to speak what I got to speak, to say what I got to say. Besides PJ, I'm again one of the top guys on this
top
podcast.
co-host.
So, it's just been great.
Papa Dank's top co-host.
Exactly. At this point, I think PJ had.
I think you took PJ out. That was right.
Yeah, I'm over on him again on that one. So that may be why he doesn't give me a title shot.
Maybe.
Maybe
Right now he's intense training.
So, but,
intense training. He's sequestered. Sequestered.
He got a big match coming up on Saturday. So you know,
literally
back,
right there.
Yeah, man, you got Baba
Thunder.
That's no easy matchup. So you know, if PJ has a big chance of losing this title to
That's right. He does.
Time, and you know, I know PJ is going to leave it all out there. You know, that's one thing about PJ that I've always gave him credit for. He'll go with his last breath out there to get the job done. So it's going to be a banger. It's going to be one hell of a fight. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the limits that PJ's body and PJ's mindset could go through to keep that title if that's what winds up happening that night. Because it's not going to be. This isn't a PJ Savage versus Ben Castle. This ain't gonna be a walk in the park. This is gonna be this is a former WWE guy.
This is
Remember
Contra and MLW.
Exactly. You know, he's one of the top guys in MLW right now, and I'm sure he's trying to play back up to the E, and PJ's been having some. He just beat Mike Mondo, so he did. He's on there. He's beating some quality names the past few shows. So shout out to PJ on that. We don't see eye to eye a lot, but I respect that, man.
100%. All right, Blockz. You have your own challenge this Saturday at Monsoon, the 5th anniversary. It is Blockz versus Ben Castle versus Frankie Picard as the Deadly Sins collide in a triple threat match. Make sure you get your tickets for Monsoon. All right, Blockz?
Yes, sir. Get them tickets. Go on TitanChampionshipWrestling.com. Get them tickets. Show up show day. Get them tickets before they're all out. This show right here is one of the top rosters that is ever going to be put on a show. So go out. You're not going to forget this night. This is going to be one hell of a night of matches, one hell of a night of entertainment, one hell of a night of interviews from Papa Dank, Raymond Sanchez. I mean, we got the whole crew out there. We going live. Like, it's just Titan shows are like no other. And this Saturday is going to be the beginning of a new year for Titan. And we're going out there with a bang, and we're going to start off the year with a bang. And
that's right.
And I'm looking forward to what 2025 has in store, not only for myself, but for you, for Titan Championship Wrestling, for everybody that's out here in this business putting in work. I'm looking forward because I'm out here watching. And just when you may think Blockz might not show up to one of your promotions, Blockz may show up when the lights hit and the lights go back on. Blockz might just be there.
All right. Before I go into that busy schedule I'll be having, let everybody know where they can follow you.
Oh, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Blockz is back. Type in Blockz with a Z. I'll show up. You see me. I would say Twitter or X, but for some odd reason, X just kicked me out and I can't log back in. So I got to make a whole new X. So that'll be
Elon Musk.
I don't know what happened. I went on it like 2 days ago and it just literally logged me out. And now it says that it can't confirm who I am. So I have to make a new one. X will be back up shortly. So you can find me on X in a few. It'll be on the Blockz. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same handle, but it'll be out there and I'll set it out there. I got my link tree on my profile. You can follow me on any platform through that link tree. Yeah, and this coming year, you might see me on everywhere where you may not expect me to see me.
Awesome, awesome. All right. As for me, this Saturday I'll be hosting that 5-year achievement award right there at Monsoon, the 5-year anniversary. Titan Championship Wrestling presents Monsoon this Saturday. Get your tickets at chipwrestling.com. Co-sponsored by ESS Promotions as well. And like you said, Baba Thunder will be there, as well as the franchise himself, Shane Douglas from ECW fame.
This is wild, man.
Will be in the show. Yeah,
Like
crazy, right?
we live stupid cool lives, and I love it.
I
Like,
love it too. I never in my life did I ever think that I would have Shane Douglas and Baba Thunder on my show this
yeah.
last couple of months, and there's more surprises coming for Papa Dink,
Oh,
which
I'm
I'll
sure.
I'll fill in as soon as we're done. But make sure you check that out. And then I will be at Sideshow for NYWC. Speaking of NYWC, January 25th. Make sure you get your tickets right there. Look, Amity LeVay is there.
Oh yes,
I
she
can't
scared
escape her.
it out.
Yikes. All right. My guy, Mr. Main Event, Sal Savelli as well, the NYWC champion, who might be having a little trouble now that Joey Conway has come back to NYWC as well.
I seen that he's back from injury. He's coming back.
Woo!
Never
That's
lost.
right. Get your tickets for Sideshow. I will be there filming my vlog there, and we'll be getting ready for Psycho Circus in February, which is their WrestleMania at NYWC, and there's some surprises coming, so stay tuned for more of that, as I'll be doing Psycho Month for NYWC as I do every year as well. After that, I'll be at War for Wrestling Is Now. Make sure you get your tickets for Wrestling Is Now. There's another Joey Conway appearance right there.
That man is everywhere. I love Joey Conway.
He's everywhere.
He's another one of the guys. I didn't name him before, but to step in the ring with a Joey Conway would just be amazing, because the technical skills this man has is beyond.
Crazy.
Oh my God, the just things that I can learn off this man, that I have been learning off this man, picking his brain behind the scenes, whenever I can, while he was injured the past few months, and anytime that I can just pick that guy's brain, I would, because he's a genius in that ring, man. Just like Anthony Gangone, these guys are mad scientists in that ring.
They are 100%. All right, I'm wrapping up Titan Week tomorrow with the co-promoter of Titan, Mr. Charlie DeLutri, making his second.
Charlie on the show.
Charlie, second podcast appearance ever in his life.
I can imagine. That's why I'll be tuning in.
I was shocked too.
Yeah, let's go. That's breaking news right there.
That's breaking news right there. And then as well, I will be having from EPW Wrestling, K-Swiss, coming on next week. Okay. I will also have Nadia White coming next week as well. And the one and only Brother Greatness, hallelujah, Brother Greatness is coming on the podcast next Thursday at 7. He will be having his own event, All Black Everything, and he will be announcing that main event for that night on the podcast. So make sure you get your tickets for Brother Greatness's promotion, All Black Everything. And you can get that at remarkablewrestling.com. My latest vlog is out, Tour de Dank with Live Danger.
My guys.
I'm hanging out with Live Danger. Those guys are awesome. They're like, hey, Papa. So good to see you. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Those guys, facing those guys, teaming up with them separately, those guys, they make me proud of them, because
good stuff, right?
I was there for their first match as a tag team together, and it was the moment I seen them step in the ring and the energy that they brought, I knew something special was going to come out of these two young men, and they've been killing it. And here they took the team by storm. Now they're up in California for the new, and they're in the New Japan Pro Wrestling Academy, and they're just
New Japan, right?
They're going to be on TV very soon. I can say that with confidence, because those guys, they have everything that it takes to be on there. And I will say their finishing move I came up with, not to take credit for the stuff out there, but those guys are fucking strong. Excuse my language.
That's okay.
Guys I've ever met, and when they showed me what they were planning on doing, I said, we got to switch this up one way, because we need to utilize your strength. And they went out there and they killed it from that point forward. And I love those guys.
That's right.
They out there killing. They're representing another two guys that come out of ECPW that's just in the scene killing it, man. You know, Gino Caruso is an amazing trainer. He's a great mentor for young guys in this business to show them, you know, how to represent themselves professionally in this business. And you know, he's got quite a stacked roster of guys who's come out of that school that a lot of people don't know that's come out of that school, and they're out here in the scene right now killing it. So it's amazing to watch that.
Good stuff all the way around. And then, of course, I'll be going right back to St. Louis for Fan Fest 3, May 16th and 17th, as Devon Eriks will be inducted into that Hall of Fame as well.
That's another promotion you may see me at one day.
SICW is a good promotion. And I want to thank some of my friends over there. Mr. Prince Nana, make sure you get his coffee, PrinceNanaCoffee.com. Get your coffee. As you can see, I was hanging out with Prince Nana Blockz. Did you know I was hanging out with Prince Nana? Did you know I was hanging out with him?
That I didn't. That's phenomenal. I mean, I got to be on a show that he was at. He came to watch Queens one time, and one of the guys that I've wrestled with, Love Jones, actually knows him and has, you know, known him for a while because he's been in this business for a while. And they were having a blast that night. I was still young rookie kid, and I didn't know much, so I didn't want to bother anybody. So I just stood off to the corner and watched, and you know, did my own little thing. But you know, he seems like a phenomenal man. He gave so much knowledge to guys out there. He's just he seems to be a great human being, and that's more what we need of in this business.
He really is, man. Let me tell you, a month after I met him, you know, usually when you meet someone, they actually forget about you. If you know that.
It's true.
You're in the business. And he was on his live selling his coffee. I'm like, oh, let me buy some coffee. I want to really try it. And then he just like poops me into his live. I'm like, oh shit, I'm with Prince Nana in his live on Instagram.
That's why.
And he remembered me, and he said, you know, he sold some coffee through the vlog. So always got to support those who support you. So thank you, Prince Nana. Also want to thank my good pal, Coach David at DNS Wrestling Collectibles. If you're looking for some great figures, I got some great figures. One of them is hanging on the wall that I got from him. Miss Becky Lynch Ultimate up there.
Hey.
Yeah, get some good stuff from Coach David. He's got some good stuff coming up at Big Event. And Pickway Design is my official graphic sponsor. And let me just put this out for David. He's going to have Janai Kai from MLW at his table for Big Event. So good stuff all the way around, Blockz. All right, everybody.
Quick, sorry, before we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
You putting out all the sponsors out there for the Papa Dank, be on the Barricade. Shout out to all your sponsors. Shout out to Beating the Odds, you know, the official sponsor of Blockz, Titan Championship Wrestling. Right. First brand ambassador, Beating the Odds. So that's big for my career. So, you know, shout out to Lance, shout out to Marlon, you know, shout out to everybody who's a part of the BTO crew.
Love Marlon.
Yeah, he's great. This year we got some big things coming up. You know, we're gonna take the brand and we're gonna take it nationwide. We're gonna show that Beating the Odds is gonna be the next big force out there. So, you know, shout out Ace Morgan, another BTO member. So, you know, shout out BTO, shout out Marlon, shout out Lance.
You know, Marlon and I have our own show we're working on.
We'll talk off this.
Yeah. No. I mean, we kind of threw it out there anyway.
Oh yeah.
Dank and Dink. What do you think?
Okay. I love it.
All right, we'll talk right after. All right, everybody, have a good night, Blockz. Let's talk.
Come out.
See you guys tomorrow.